Okay, so I actually titled my phone crashed. I titled this, My Parents Are Totally Awesome. My parents are awesome because I'm from Generation X and they're baby boomers and they help me out a lot. And yeah, I told them I'm going to Mexico to work, guys. Don't worry, I'm not going to need you to help me out. Because last time I went to Mexico, there were a few problems, unexpected things. I just happened to smash my foot in the door of a bus because I didn't understand the word in Spanish for pie or move your foot. The hospitals are so good, but the local hospitals aren't the same as the other hospitals. Okay, here we are. So my parents are just the best because they help me out and they're really great. I told them I won't need help in Mexico this time when I go because I'm working when I go. But last time they were really helpful when I broke my foot and I needed to go to the hospital. Also, I feel the doctors in Mexico are very professional and they really help you out when you need to go to the hospital. But I also noticed that there's two kinds of hospitals there. There's the hospitals that everybody goes to, and then there's the hospitals nobody goes to. So I went to both kinds. And I wonder why there are two kinds of hospitals. One of them was completely empty. And one of them was full of people waiting to go and get help with stuff. No, it was Puerto Vallarta. It was a lot of like a really air-conditioned facility. Everyone spoke English. No, actually nobody spoke English. No, I'm not a nurse. I actually broke my foot. That's why I was in the hospital. Well, I didn't break it. The door of the bus broke it. The lady who tried to warn me was so nice when, she was like, I told you. Yeah. My foot's happy now. The hard part was walking up and down Paseo Badillo. Paseo Badillo, if you've ever been in Puerto Vallarta, is a very steep street. And that's hard to walk up and down with a broken foot and no crutches. No, not the tracks. No, it was Mexico. It was a bus. I screamed. No, I screamed in English. I screamed, ah! Ah! Open the door! Ah! 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 Open the door! Ah! Ah! Oh, it's so painful. That's what you're trying to tell me? Move my foot? Okay. Thank you. Oh, it's so funny if you think about it. I know, that's how you scream in English. In Spanish, I'm pretty sure it's ay, 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 ay. Your parents are awesome for giving birth to you. My mummy says it was very painful. I'll tell you. I was 2 weeks late. Oh my, everybody's gonna leave now. I was 2 weeks late and the fluid already came out, so it was completely dry. And apparently, I had really big, wide shoulders, Mom says. It hurt because when my shoulders were coming out of her, she said my head was nothing. My head was like, she said, the doctor's like, oh, her head is out. She's like, really? Okay, now her shoulders. No! Ah! Ah! They had to use forceps to pull me out. Forceps, you know those tongs? Thank God that they did it properly. The doctor was an old Irish guy. He's still alive. Dr. Chevrella. They had to pull me out with forceps. And my massive shoulders here. I should have been a football player. My brother's a football star. You should see my brother, my gosh. There is a male version of me. There is. He is the male version of me in every way. My brother is taller than me. He's like about 6 feet tall exactly. Right on the nose, maybe a centimeter less. Ripped, muscular, face like mine a little, if you can imagine me as a guy. He has a mustache. Thank you. Yeah, my brother. He's so cute. I don't go for that type because it reminds me of my brother. You know the Ashton Kutcher look? Not his face, his body. Ashton Kutcher's body in that 70s show, I think, or right after when he was really muscular, is exactly like my brother's body to the point where it's so annoying. When he's from behind, I'm like, oh my God, it's my brother's back. Oh my God, it's my brother. Oh my God, it's my brother. Oh my, that's my brother. My brother would be like, yes, yes, that's exactly. It's freaky. I don't know if he knows. So anytime a guy has this look, I just can't be attracted to him. It's a problem. My dad's tall, but the thing is, when guys look like my dad, I find myself so desperately attracted to them. I don't know why. All girls like guys like their father, but for me, if a guy has like my dad's look, dark. My brother doesn't have this look. Really dark, tans easily, more muscular, like, but personality, like aggressive, almost to the point of being a jerk sometimes, with the secret nice side. I go for my dad's type. But the thing is, I usually don't go for Caucasian guys. Like, my family is very Caucasian. I find myself more attracted to black, yes, there's a couple black guys I'm really interested in. What I like is the, like, equator, like anything equator guys. Those guys, like anything Israeli, Middle Eastern, Mexico, Turkey, love those guys. All that ethnicity. But again, I love all races and peoples and colors. That's just what I've had more conversations with, I guess, and more conversations that were flirty, if you would look at statistically speaking. But I've had my share of Caucasian experiences. Maybe one. If you count, I was about to say, if you count the guy from the other broadcast, but nobody needs to know about that. No, I don't need people going to the previous broadcast to find out who it was that I was with, but feel free if you want. I just blew myself up completely. Did anyone notice that I did that? Hopefully half of you weren't paying attention. Can you rewind? Don't rewind. Don't. No. No. I'm going to say, I give props to all of Vanderhoof for the experience that I had both there and here with people from there. So I love mid-BC. It's just a great place to go. If you want to see beautiful nature, I hope it didn't all burn down though. I had the pleasure of driving up before the fires and seeing the massive forests, mountains, and the different tree types up there. Dandelions with attitude. I don't know color. I have no idea what you mean. Anyways, let's go to the bus stop. Thank you for being with me in this broadcast. I love the fact that we always have so many people here. Neck color. If I was a Chihuahua. What's the book I wrote? The Above Mentality? You found it? Oh my God, you guys found the Above Mentality? Guys, I have to revise it. It's psychotic. It's a psycho thriller. It's like a weird psycho thriller where I actually went and took hours and hours and hours and I removed almost all of the swearing. There was so much swearing in that book. My God, was there ever so much swearing. I took all of it out because I was like, some kid's gonna read it. I think I have a couple of shit there and the F word once, but it's important. I know. I had to change everything to friggin' and just remove swearing. Turns out it's actually, I like it more without the swearing. It's like, who needs... Because basically it's about a psychiatrist who hypnotizes 3 people into remembering their past differently. But the problem is when they come out of the hypnosis, not only do they remember the past differently, but it actually happened differently. So they end up changing reality. And then a couple of them go back to the psychiatrist angry, why this stuff's really different. because not all the consequences of the change are good. They want to change the past. But when they do, they realize that things aren't always, it's sort of a morality thing. So then it ends up like, I guess the big question is, what do the characters do about the fact that they've altered this time-space continuum? Can they alter it back? What ends up happening with these characters? It's a little bit of an identity question with, it's a huge identity question with the character, what's her name, Lisa or Alexa? Whichever one ends up going to jail, that one. There's one who goes to jail because her friend, it's sort of a little bit, there's one with like this love, one of the characters has this love triangle. Another one of this character's friend dies, and that's his whole thing, is he can't handle the death of his friend. So it opens with Ryan not being able to cope with the death of his friend. But the thing is, the way I write it is you barely know what's going on the whole time. So you probably, if you don't know what's going on the whole time, that's okay. Sort of not that hard to piece together once you've read it. I don't know. I'd rather it be too hard to understand than for my reader to feel like I'm treating them like they're stupid, because like I'd rather it be like I'll have to reach up to get it than I'm just serving it below platter. Like if I have to choose, I'll choose up here and go like, okay, I'll tell you less what's going on, let you figuring it out more, rather than being redundant and overstating the obvious if I had to do it. But I try and hit the middle. I try to give you as much information as you need to sort of, as if it was a movie. I like it when I'm reading a book, like, okay, when I read Harry Potter, everybody remembers how you're reading that, and it feels like a movie. And that's what I really like about writers. I'm no way a professional author, but I did release that, so a very difficult time I will come phone screen show. Okay, that has less to do with intellectualism and more to do with sexualism. If I was your teacher, I'd keep you after school, and I'd make you write I'd be like, okay, we're going to write all sorts of things, and now you're going to be an expert on your favorite subject, which is sex. Please label the following things in the human bodies. Oh my gosh, she's wrecking all the fun. I want to talk about sex. I wouldn't do that. Okay, so focusing, bus stop, Shafters, coming back for Shafters. Thank you for listening to my stories. Oh, if you guys want to know how dance class was, it was awesome. I didn't get the certificate, but I did leave with a manila envelope full of everything I need to do in order to obtain the certificate. Which I didn't know there would be 20 hours of practical to do after the course. When you sign up for courses, read the fine print, people.